Welcome back to Open Line. Talking about Metro Schools. First half of the show, we're talking about hiring at Metro Schools. Happy to have with us the Chief Human Resources Officer, Deborah Story. Coming up in the second half, we'll have Dr. Sharon Gentry, school board member. She'll be talking about all kinds of things, but specifically the Nashville 16, a fascinating program that we'll be talking about. All right, as far as hiring.
Yes.
There's substitutes and bus drivers. We lack both.
Right.
What do we do?
Okay. Well, you know, we advertise everywhere for our bus drivers on the buses. We need people to come to our job fair on Saturday. That's February the 16th at the Martin Center. That's 2400 Fairfax. We'll be there from 8 a.m. to noon. We'll have hiring managers on site, including principals, who will be making job offers and hiring people on the spot. If you are interested, go to our website, www.MNPS.org, and click on our careers, or just show up on Saturday morning.
Just show up.
And just show up and come dressed to impress.
Do you have an idea of how many, bus drivers do we need, and how many substitutes? We need a lot.
Well, we always have a need for substitutes. I just looked the other day, and I think we have 35 bus driver openings and maybe about 7 bus monitors. So please come out on Saturday. We're always looking for substitute teachers, and some may not know this, but you do not have to have a college degree to be a substitute. You can have a high school diploma, you can have several years of college, you can have college, and you can be certificated. Now, depending on your education level and whether or not you're licensed, that's going to dictate how much you're paid. But the minimum pay for a substitute teacher is $85 a day.
And so I just ask if if somebody's mid-career and they want to switch and be a teacher, they'd have to go back to school and get some schooling.
Yes.
If you want to be a sub, you don't have to go get a teacher certificate.
No, you don't.
Okay. And they're needed.
We're needed. So if you have a passion for children, please apply. We're always on the lookout for substitute teachers. And if you're certificated and just don't want to work full time, a licensed teacher who wants to be a substitute would make $115 a day gross.
All right, let's take some calls here. Brian, we're going to try you.
Hey, I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to the nice lady. I know she's not wearing a ring. It's nothing like a smart, pretty lady that's
Thank you.
In charge and stuff. I think she's doing a great job.
Thank
and
you.
The one thing I would say, she worked for her friend Phil Bresson, and I'll tell you, they got it started way back when. I'll tell you what. And I think they started talking about hiring men way back when, and they make the best biology teachers and science teachers, the men. And you don't have to get certified. You can go right in and start substituting right away as long as you got a college degree, and they'll certify you while you're teaching. And you'll be on the floor teaching within 6 weeks, I guarantee you. And but they don't get paid half the money. Nashville, I told your producer, the young guy, before I got on the phone, I said, listen, Nashville Public Schools, all school systems in the country, we're not a big one, we're not a medium one, we're kind of like a medium large, right above because of the growth. But we should be medium. And they get paid like $32,000 a few years ago. Now they're only starting on $40,000. Brentwood Franklin's making twice that.
What was that again? What's the last thing you said?
What was making twice that? What did you say?
Franklin and Brentwood are making twice that.
Not quite.
It's public or private. They're making twice what the Nashville public school teachers are making.
Okay.
Is that a start?
Well, they're making more. I can tell you that.
All right. Well, let's talk about. He's bringing up teacher pay.
Yeah.
Where do we rank in relation? Do you know to those districts around us?
The districts around us, we are not below. Our starting salary for a brand new teacher out of college is $43,300 a year, and we do have someone looking at how competitive our pay is, and we are competitive at the entry level. We're probably a little less competitive for the more senior, more tenured teachers. So we're looking at that.
And is that part of the reason for turnover? You think tenured teachers would then move to an area where they're getting more money?
We don't really hear that people are leaving for money. That's not something that we're hearing.
But that entry level, that is important, because that's what gets people in the door.
That's right. That's right.
And you need people to come in the door and do that. Okay. All right, Brian, thank you for the call. Let's go now to Tony. Hello, Tony.
Hello, how you doing? Thank you for taking my call. The lady there is painting a bright picture for Metro School, but she knows it's really not. When I did campus security for Metro several years back, I did campus security, and we had no support when after Pedro Garcia left. And now we almost had to go on food stamps. You hear me? Food stamps, because they don't pay us when those teachers are out. And she knows that. And she knows that. She's sitting there with a smile, but she should know that. And then the bus drivers in worse shape, almost as worse shape as we are. And we had to go in them classrooms and sit with those teachers, run back and forth up and down the hall to the principal's office. Now I got 2 children working for Metro Schools. I have to support them. If they don't work weekends or somewhere on a part-time job, church, i.e., they're starved to death.
Are they security? Is that right? Are they also campus security?
One is security, the other does support work for the school.
Okay.
And my daughter, I don't know how she make it. I'm with her 2 children like that, and she knows that she has to go to Metro Action and the food stamp people, and that lady right there is not giving them support, and she keep on changing her principles with their agenda, putting my daughter doing 4 jobs in one school. Now you know that's ridiculous. And then when she don't do it, the principal tries to berate her and tries to write up. Now,
all right, well, let's talk about some of the concerns. So he's clearly concerned about pay. He's mentioned specifically campus security, and I think he also mentioned bus drivers. You know, what do we do there?
Well, as far as I can't really speak to campus security, but I'm not sure what his daughter does, what job he does. We have a position called a paraprofessional. It's an educational aide, and we do hear get a lot of feedback about the competitiveness of that pay, and that's something that we're looking at this upcoming budget year, and we're hoping to make some adjustments.
Campus security, is that paid by Metro?
Our security department, those are Metro employees, but we also have, resource officers from the Metro Police.
And how is pay worked out? I mean, it is you're looking at what are other districts paying, and you're trying to make it as competitive as possible. I wouldn't think security guards all over are making a ton of money. I mean, it's just it's a tough situation. But what are you doing about making pay as competitive as it can possibly be?
Well, that's something that we're right now studying. We have an individual in my office who's studying all of the pay structures and comparing those pay structures to those areas that we consider competitive areas to Metro Nashville. Either they're within Middle Tennessee or they're other urban districts in the region.
And do you feel good about where we are, or you feel there's work to be done?
Well, I think there's some work to be done in certain areas, and the paraprofessional most definitely.
And what is the paraprofessional?
They're the teachers' aides, and most of them work with our children who have special needs.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to Lucy. Hello, Lucy.
Hey, y'all.
Hi. What's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is, I've kept up with several things in my life to see how societies ran. It's my own way of kind of seeing how things are going. I keep up with the price of how much marijuana is and out, cocaine and stuff like that.
Okay. And
I keep up with teacher salary and police salaries. Now, when I asked an old teacher of mine back in 1978 or 79 what the starting salary was for Metro teachers, she told me $30,000. Did you just not say it was $43,000 now for starting teacher salaries?
Right.
Okay. And I just heard that 31-year officer, Forrest, he retired with 31 years as a police officer, and his retirement salary is $81,000. How much is basically, just say you got a bachelor's degree, is that the minimum requirement for Metro teachers, a bachelor's degree and a certificate? Is that the minimum requirement?
Yeah, that is the, yes,
okay.
yes.
And for a police officer now, I think it's a 4-year criminal justice degree. How much is it for, say you retired in 30 years teaching Metro schools, how much would that retirement pay be?
Oh, I'm sorry, I really couldn't speak to that. I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to guess. I wouldn't want to guess that.
That sergeant, his pension was boosted by some overtime, and I know that's why that was reported. I don't know that teachers' pension is necessarily boosted in that way.
No, they don't get overtime pay.
Do you think we're competitive with starting salary of police officers, or do you know?
I really don't know.
You don't know. and it's not like you set, we need to make that clear, it's not like you set the pay. We just appreciate you coming on and talking about this. Clearly, you know, it's an issue people are thinking about. We only have a couple minutes left in this segment. And I want to just hammer home the point. You're looking for teachers.
Yes.
You're looking for math and science teachers.
Math and science teachers. We're looking for men. We're looking for teachers of color. Just so our student population is 70% minority. Our teacher population is only 20+% minority. We need to have more teachers that represent our students.
And there'll be this job fair. As we go to break, I want you to just hammer that home one more time.
Okay, on Saturday, this Saturday, the 17th of February at the Martin Center. It's at 2400 Fairfax Avenue from 8 a.m. to noon. We will have at least 62 schools represented. We'll have different department managers there. They will be interviewing on the spot. There will be speed interviews, but we'll be interviewing on the spot and making offers. So please come dressed to impress. And there'll be a number of human resources employees with blue shirts on there to greet you. We'll have the tables set up for the different schools, and they'll have posters and all types of things to attract you to their particular table. So we hope you come out and look at MNPS as a place that you want to be and to make a difference in the lives of children.
Thank you for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for coming on and talking about this. We'll take a break. Dr. Sharon Gentry, school board member, will be up next. Take a break. Be back right after this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.